Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I am Tamika. Thank you so much for joining. I so appreciate you, and click that subscribe button. Since you're new, you might not have done that, but today I just going through like pregnancy and all of that, the thought came to me, and it's just what I've also been experiencing too, and I just wanted to share. So what I'll be sharing about today is just ways to support someone who is pregnant in your life, and it will be in different roles that I'll be speaking on it on. So if you want to learn more about that, how can you, as a partner, as a mom, as a friend, as a closer friend, as a co-worker, as an older child, as who else, a church brethren, like I might not get all the roles or touch all the roles, but I hope to touch most of them. And I might not say all the ways that you could show up, because it's what I have experienced, or what I would suggest, or what I have even done, right? So stick and stay for that if you just don't know, because this could be your partner's first time being pregnant, your best friend's first time being pregnant, like someone in your closer circle or inner circles first time getting pregnant. You know, like, okay, how do I show up? I don't want to bombard them. I don't want to not care. I want to give them their space. Yeah. So going through it, like, I just want to shed some light on it, encourage some persons, like they might respond in a certain way, like, don't take it personal. So yeah, I'm rambling for my introduction, but if you want to hear more about that, stick and stay, and we'll get right to it. Now hear this, right? Pregnancy is a season where support makes all the difference, right? Like, honestly, the pregnant person might not even know how to communicate, how they want you to show up, and also you might not know how to show up. But showing up and showing your support is important, right? Like, it's the little things and the big things. Don't get it twisted. Don't think it's just the big grand gestures. It's the big ones, and don't think it's just the small gestures. It's the big and the small ones. Like, they might not be equally important, or they are equally important and necessary. So as much as you can do to lend a hand, to lend some support, if you can do it, right? So let's get into it. So I'm gonna start with our partners, and I wrote down just so I don't go off track, because I know I'll tend to do that. So we'll start with the partner. Like, you aid in this thing that is happening, right? And the first thing that I would say is showing up emotionally is important. How? It's gonna be difficult, let me say that, because for this mom, or for this person, right, so much is happening that they themselves don't even know that it's happening, or they themselves can't even explain that it's happening. And being of emotional support is very important. And what I mean emotional support is being emotionally available, right? Not always trying to fix things, but your presence. And being emotionally available, meaning being able to carry their weight. Like, you don't always have to have an answer or know what the right thing to say, but be there. Like, a lot is happening in your life too. You're changing. Things are happening for you. You might be feeling stuff. They might be responding to you in a way like, ooh, ah. But it's kind of important. And I'm not going to say forget about you. No, you're important too. But giving grace, yes, giving grace throughout it all, and ensuring that you are emotionally available each day. And will you always be at 100%? No. I will not tell you that you will always want to and even want to be available at 100%, right? But allowing yourself to be is what I'll say is important. And whatever you need to do to ensure that you are emotionally available, I would say explore that, right? The next thing for partners is be practical, right? Be practical in whatever it is that you're doing. And when I say be practical and get practical is showing up practically, right? And one way to do that is going to the doctor's visits. Like, I was fortunate for my partner to go to every single one. Will you be able to know, right? You know what your life is like. You know how your schedule is like. But if you can, make all efforts to be there, right? Like the driving, the holding the bag, the opening the door. Be practical. Like, find those, but the chivalry is not dead. And I would say it should be actively alive during this time, right? Those are the practical, that's the practical part of it where you could try to get right. Because you might not get a lot of things right, but on that spare, you could try to get that right. And in being practical, you're sharing the load, right? Share the load emotionally again and physically. If your partner is the one who normally cooks or cleans or whatever the case is, offer to be the one to do that, right? Like, offer to cook. They're vomiting out their tripe. Make a soup. Bring some water. Stock a cart. Give a card. That's emotional support. Like, if you know your partner likes cards, buy a card. Write a nice note. I'm just thinking back, so it might be all over the place, but write a nice note. Surprise with a lunch. Go on a date. Try to keep those things consistent as the partner and how you could support. Affirm, right? This person is going through so many changes in their bodies, in their minds, in their emotions. They're questioning, do I look good? I don't feel good. This is happening. That is happening. Affirm, you can do this. You still look pretty. Don't be naive. Don't be, what I'll say, don't be judgmental, but don't be ridiculous and delusional. Like, this person is big and fat. You're not going to say you're big and fat, but you're not going to not acknowledge that this growth is happening. Don't be delusional, right? So my partners, I know it's a lot for you, and everybody will say the greatest support comes from you, right? And it's a lot for you to handle. But I'm gonna say, do what you need to do to ensure that you are in the right mental space, emotional space, spiritual space, and state, so that you could provide the utmost support for this person, right? Because she is going through it, right? So as best as you possibly can. Like, as I said, I'm not going to say it's not about you, because you are important. But that self-sacrifice in this season is going to be pivotal. Now, parents, mom, dad, grandparents, you're going to be. You're like the wise men, women, like old, wise, philosophical people here, and you two play an integral role. Like, this is now your daughter experiencing what you experienced, either for the first time, the second time, or the third time, whichever time, they still need you if you're in their life at all. And if you are, that's a blessing in and of itself. If you aren't, what I'd encourage is as best as you can, to make amends and to try to show up. Right? Try to show up. And I know I said here, you're the wisdom woman or man in this space. But also what I'll say, in your wisdom, right? Respect choices, respect decisions, just respect overall. Because like, yes, you might know, but things have changed over the years, right? So that's what I'll say, is that for parents, like the gift that you are, respect is my biggest thing right there. And respecting choices and sharing your wisdom. And in the same way that the partner shows up, where you offer, you make yourself available for whatever it is, like wherever you can chip in. If you live close, bring meals. You live close, go over to clean, to cook, to talk, right? To not talk, just to sit and be there, right? And I'll speak more of like once the baby is born, postpartum, but right now just for them being pregnant. Like, work out schedules with the partner if the partner is not able to go to a doctor's visit, and you can offer to be the one to drive, to take the mom to the doctor. Offer to go out, let's have coffee, if it is that you have the available, if it is that you live availability, if it is that you live close and you can afford to. These are just a few things. They say, okay, let's go have lunch, let's go talk. Keep track of those milestones. That's something I want to add to partner. Help to keep track of those milestones and enjoying the journey, like taking the pictures and all of that. Grandparents, you can do that too. But that's how, like, as a grandparent, you could show up. Other than bringing the gifts, spoiling the grandchildren, spoil the mom now during this period. Okay, siblings, sisters, and brothers of the pregnant person, right? I'm not talking about like if this is like the person's second or third pregnancy, their children. No, you are, okay, my brothers and sisters, right, who are gonna be aunts and uncles. Your job is to be the fun person, just to be the cool aunt, the cool uncle, and be right now to your be the cool sibling to your sibling right now. And what I mean by the cool sibling, offer to go somewhere, to do something. You know your sibling, what did they like to do? Like, they might not be able to do everything that they used to do now, but offer to do some of those stuff. Like, don't allow them to feel as if they're so much of a different person that they still cannot enjoy life. So offer to do some of the things that you usually do with them, or they used to do that you know. Right? Sibling, come on over, help. Do what you can at the home. Make the load lighter. And again, just like the grandparents, if the partner is unable to go to an appointment and you can chip in, offer to do so. Right? Make the load lighter. What I'd also say as a sibling, and depending on your relationship, you play a pivotal role where you can be a safe space for her to vent. She might not want to vent to her mom or her dad, but she might vent to you, depending on your relationship with her. Right? So be cognizant of that fact, where you might not need to say anything. You might just need to listen and be like, okay, yeah. But be that person. Offer to take groceries. Grandparents, you can do that too. Like, you've been to, as I said, if you're available, if you live close by, and even if you don't live close by, siblings, like, we live in technology. Come on, Like, you can send groceries to someone's house. You could send lunch to someone's house, right? But I'm speaking from the perspective that you live close, so you're not sending. I'll talk more about those in friendships, right? But like siblings, offer to come on over. Let's go shopping. Let's go get this. Let's go do this. Let's talk. Let me just be in your presence. How are you doing? Show up as best as you possibly can. Okay, this next group, I'm gonna put 3 categories together because I think it's kind of repetitive in a sense, but this is like friends, but you're not so closer friends, which is like you're in the inner circle, and then extended relatives. The only thing is that the inner circle friends, like, I would want to say, it wouldn't be that it's expected, but I would expect you to want to do this more than anyone else. Because like friends who I know, yes, they could show up. Yeah, extended relatives, depending on the relationship, right? And how we would have grown up as cousins or whichever else type of extended relatives it is. But like the inner group of friends, like, I'm not gonna say your job is as pivotal as the spouse, but maybe. And I'm gonna say, take these and assess them based on your relationship with the person. If you know you have a solid, close relationship with the person, I would expect you would want to show up more. That's just my expectation. You don't have to. That's just like I would want to show up more, right? And I would want to do what I can to show up more and to support. Let me say that. Let me phrase it like that. So these people, again, as I said, whether or not you live close, and I'm gonna try to talk from both perspectives based on my experience and also based on what I've done, more so than my experience. A surprise. I did this with a few of my friends when they were pregnant. Like, the idea just came, and I just saw how it made them smile. We're on a random day, and this is if you can afford to. Cash App, Zelle, send them lunch. Like, let me tell you, a pregnant person, they're gonna possibly always be hungry because they're growing life. Energy is coming out of their body. They're taking supplements that's gonna make them hungry. They need to be feeding the baby. Baby's taking from them, and their body's storing all these things for making milk, energy for themselves, for delivery, and all of that. If you can show up like that like just randomly, like, it will warm your heart as much as it did mine. And if you can be consistent in doing this, you're not going to be consistent where you tell, every Thursday I wouldn't necessarily say do that, because I'm not trying to put someone in your budget. No. If you want to do that, sure. But as often as you can do that, I absolutely promise you it will be greatly appreciated. Along with that is the same grocery thing. Like, it is expected that the partner is gonna get groceries, like grandparents that live close and they have close relations. Like, you'd expect that they do that. Siblings, you'd expect that they do that. But that coming from a friend, where groceries just pop up at your door, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't have to go out to the store. I didn't have to worry about my partner feeling stressed about having to do the groceries, especially if it wasn't their job. Like, if you can show up in that way, like, you'll feel good and they'll feel even better. Or they'll feel good and you feel even better, right? The next thing is that offer support, but don't be pushy, right? And if it is that you don't know what their grocery list is like, and you so decide to reach out and say, what do you buy for grocery? I want to buy the grocery. Like, if you don't know what to buy, and you don't have to buy a lot of things to do the surprise, but if you don't want to take the route of the surprise and you want to ask, and they're like, that's fine. A lot of times they're trying to be conservative. Let me tell you that. And I would say, okay, take what they say, offer again, right? But don't be pushy like, well, you know what? Not necessarily. You want to overwhelm. Sometimes you need to overwhelm, but you don't want to always overwhelm. You don't want to be pushy. So offer your support, but don't be pushy. Offer your words of advice, but don't be pushy. If you have been pregnant before, share in whatever ways that you can. But like, you also don't overthink too if you are being pushy, right? Because I have friends who they'll be like thinking in and of themselves, and then it makes it awkward because you're like, I don't want to be pushy, but then you might come off as pushy. I don't want to be pushy, so I don't ask. But ask, reach out, do it. Let them be the one to say no. But if they're always saying no, then you can take them up in hands and be like, like, I want to do this for you. The next thing that you could try to do is be the fun one. Offer to do something fun if you're close. If you're not, and you can send them out, encourage them to do something fun and check in back on it. If you could provide the resources for them to do something fun, even better. They don't have an excuse to say, oh, I need to do this for the baby instead. Yeah, there's no excuse, right? So show your care, lend a helping hand. If you're the friend that lives closer, come on over, right? Ask to come over, or come on over. Yeah, I'd say go on over. The baby's not there yet. Spend some time, have good conversations as you would, right? As if it's something that you usually do, don't stop doing it, right? Continue doing it. Be their voice, right? Help with doing the registry. My friends did, like, my registry was mostly in the hands of my friends. I just approve stuff. If you can help to do that, it helps to take the load off, the weight off, right? They don't cause them great anxiety as best as you can. And know your friend's temperament, right? They might not be, I am not the excitement one. My friends were that for me, and I appreciated that. Not everybody's like me, but know your friend's temperament and try to adjust your excitement and, to that level. Like, they're gonna be excited. They're bringing life, I hope, right? But like, some days they might be low, they might be high, but check in, send a text. Not all the time someone is going to want to be on the phone, right? So respect that greatly, but send a message. Hey, I'm thinking of you, hope you're okay. And don't expect them to always respond. They might not respond. They might take 2 days to respond. They might still be formulating their thoughts and words, right? So respect that. Co-workers, listen, I don't want to give you the side eye, but you shouldn't be giving this person the side eye. Nuh-uh. You don't know. Or if you've been through it, then possibly you do know. So, as I said, I had great experience with my coworkers for the most part, right? So if you can offer, and when you offer, mean it. Like, yeah, mean it. Like, when the person first tells you they're pregnant, you're excited, and you're like, if there's anything that I could do to lighten the load for you, let me know. When the person lets you know, own up. And even if the person doesn't let you know, if there is something that you could do it. Just do it, right? If it is that you don't need their assistance with this, and you know they're doing something else, don't go bugging. And I'm not saying a pregnant person is, well, according to the law, it's a disability. But still, be mindful, be considerate. Like, consideration, yeah. Consideration during this period is important, right? Lighten, and I keep saying it, lighten the load, lighten the burden for this person. Respect their energy. And let me tell you, going to work while pregnant is not the easiest thing. Driving, well, for me, I like driving to an extent, right? But not everybody does, right? So a person having to do that, respect their energy. Their energy is going to be up and down. Respect it. Be flexible. Be flexible. And I'm glad we live in the day and age of work from home, flexible, what do you call that type of working? Yeah, remote working. Yeah, employers, if you could do that, do that. Like in the Great America, maternity leave is not a law that you must get, but offer flexibility for this person. And co-workers, if you could celebrate everybody. This is for universal. Celebrate this person as much as you can. Help them to celebrate, feel the joy, the warmth, the love, like everything that, celebrate the season. Like neighbors, even strangers. Let me tell you my experience of like strangers in stores just looking at you, giving you a warm smile. Like if you're a stranger and you see someone pregnant, give them a smile. Say hi, you look beautiful. I got that a lot. Congratulations. And just be kind as a stranger. And I hope you know what kindness is. Because I don't think kindness has variations, right? It should be universal, like what is kind. So as a stranger, if you can be kind, be kind. As a neighbor, if you can be kind, be kind. I'm not going to say as a neighbor, you must. If you have a great relationship with your neighbor, sure. But you don't have to. But if you can, do what you can. Right? As a church member, oh my gosh. You represent Christ. And all I'm going to say is do what you know. Not even what you think. What you know Christ would do. And what you know Christ would do is in the Word. So go forward, go in there, and I am sure He'll tell you what to do. He will. So, no matter what role you play, partner, mother, father, sister, brother, best friend, cousin, aunt, stranger, it is important. Like, it's in the big and the small things. Whatever it is that you could do, I'm gonna say just show your support. Just show your support and be consistent in doing it as best as you possibly can. Just make this journey for her joyful, joyous, beautiful, in the best way possible. So that's the end of this video. I am sure there might be other things that can be done, and if they are, I think I might, when I'm editing, add more to the screen. I'm not promising you on that, but if there's any other things that I have that I didn't read off my thing here, other ways, I'll put it up. And you can do also that in the comment. How did you show up? How did you want people to show up for you being the pregnant person? Or how did you show up being any person in any one of these roles? You can comment that in the comment section and just show up and show up for me right now. How you could do that is 1, ensure that you're subscribed. 2, like this video. 3, share it. And 4, drop a comment. So 4 little things that I'm going to consider 1. If you do all 4, love you. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. But that's the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye. Now hold up. How could I miss the most important thing? And this is for friends, close friend, best friend, husband, mom, dad, church sister. Pray for this person always. And if you can, offer to join them in praying. Like throughout this entire period, if there's one thing that you can be consistent with that is easy, is that pray, offer to pray with, and pray for. Yeah.